Tesla just released their biggest update of 2023 that is packed with so many new features. Some of you are going to be blown away by the features you have seen and also the features you haven't seen, because there are some new features in here that you definitely missed and your Tesla has totally changed. So in this video, I'm breaking down the top 15 features built into Tesla's latest update that you need to know about right now. Some of these are hidden features that you've probably missed, and others are just features you're gonna love that'll change the way you use your Tesla every single day. And stay tuned until the end, because I've got a bit of a surprise you're going to want to check out. And also a huge thanks to Recurrent for sponsoring this video. So one of the first big updates here has to do with giving some all new capabilities to the scroll wheels on your Tesla. Obviously, Tesla has a very famously minimal interior here in the Model 3 and Model Y, and some of the only physical buttons that exist in the entire car are right here on this wheel. And basically, for the longest time, you've used these for adjusting your distance with automatic cruise control and autopilot. You can use it for controlling media and volume, but that's basically been it until now, because now in the Tesla software, we can jump into the settings here and actually set some custom commands for these buttons to make them infinitely more useful than they were just a couple of days ago. So now if we open up our settings here on our car and we go to display of all areas, which is sort of weird that it's under display, but now we have the ability to set scroll wheel functions. And there's a little new indicator here to let you know that this is new. I can adjust a lot here: temperature, fan speed, display brightness, save a dash cam clip, acceleration mode, steering wheel heating control, camera, defrost, dome light, or glove box. So let's actually give this a real live demo test here. If I go to glove box here, so now that's set, and I swipe out of here, and now I actually press and hold on my left scroll wheel. There we go, my glove box opened. That is pretty crazy to see. And if I do that one more time, it's going to show me here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen when that action is activated. And if I actually hit the arrow left, I can actually change it right from the screen here as well. So I can actually customize it. I'm just doing this right on the scroll wheel of exactly what I want. So none, fan speed, temperature, all that stuff. So let's say I want to go to adjust, let's say the camera. That's always a cool one here now. So now I can open or close the camera just by using, oh, that's so cool, the scroll wheel here. And what's interesting is once it's activated, I can use the up and down motion here to open and close the camera. And one undocumented change that Tesla really doesn't talk about is you can actually use this for the windshield wipers as well. So let me show you how that works. So there's no specific command to adjust the windshield wipers in here, but if you do happen to activate the wipers, you're going to see a little pop-up here that shows you that you can actually control it with the scroll wheel. So let's say I'm going to presume or pretend I'm driving along Southern California, but let's say it's super rainy and I hit the windshield wiper to activate it by hitting the stalk on the left here. I'm then going to get controls here that show me that I have some options here. So let me hit that again. I can change here and I can just use the left scroll wheel to go through this. I can go to fan speed 1, or I should say windshield wiper speed 1, 2, 3, auto or off, just by doing that. This is also contextually based, so it's only going to happen when the windshield wipers are active. It's not going to adjust the other functions I set, but only when the windshield wipers are active. So if you do need to have quick control access to the wipers, maybe you want to go from auto to manual, go ahead and just tap that button here on the stalk. Then you're going to have access. That menu will pop up, and then you can do what you need to do with the scroll wheel here, to adjust the speed of the wipers in the event that you need to control them while you're driving along and you don't have to be fumbling along with the screen. One of the other really nice additions here is that you now have the ability to search through all the commands that your car has. Just like I showed a moment ago, I would have honestly never guessed that the scroll wheel customizations would be under display. I would have assumed pedals and steering, but that's Tesla for you, making some interesting moves. What's nice though is that there's now a new option here to search, and you can search through all of the different functions your car has and easily find them. So for example, Joe mode is a popular one. It sort of lowers the volume of different sounds in your car. If I just type Joe here, I can find where Joe mode is. Another new feature that has flown under the radar but is going going to be appreciated by many of you who do a lot of music listening in your car is that you now have the ability to easily scrub through a song and see where exactly in the song you're scrubbing to. So I'm going to turn the volume all the way down because I don't want to get a YouTube copyright strike. But let's say I go to Spotify, I'm listening to the Succession soundtrack. What a great song. But I want to go to a specific part. Now I can actually go ahead and drag and hold, and I now have a timer of exactly where I'm going in the song. Before, you were sort of scrubbing into oblivion. You had no idea where you were. But now I can sort of drag and hold and release and see, okay, exactly, I'm 42 seconds in, 43 seconds in. I can easily see it there and make those moves. Really nice, really easy. Little change there, but definitely adds some ease of use to the Tesla media player. All right, this next one is interesting and a bit controversial. These are the new gear chime sounds. I've heard people either love these or hate these. And essentially what these are now are sounds that let you know when your car is shifting into another gear. So I'm in park right now. Let's say I'm going to go on a drive. My foot is going to go on the brake. Hopefully I'm not messing up the camera in the process. Sorry about that. But let's say I go on a drive, you're going to hear sound, little beep. Let's say I go in reverse. And let's say I go into park. And again, I'm going to mess up the camera. Apologies for that. I will fix it in a moment. But what you've done now is heard the different chimes that the car has given you. Of course, if you don't like those, you can pop into settings, and I don't know where those chime sounds are, but I can use my search function here to just search for chime, and I can turn those gear chimes off if I don't want to hear them. I've got a theory about this I'll tell you about. Basically, the theory that I've heard floating around online is that people believe Tesla is doing this now because when they move to the totally stockless steering wheel system in the new Project Highland refresh Model 3, Model Y, people are going to rely on those sounds, so this is getting them a bit more familiar. Might just be a conspiracy theory, might be true, but sorry for the TikTok style here. That is the theory right now as to why these mysterious gear chimes are added in. Kind of cool, but also kind of weird to be added this late in the game. Now, as much as I love my Tesla, one of the things I really wish they did a way better job at was giving you more insights and details into the health of your vehicle's battery. I mean, this is the most important part of any new or used EV, so you want to make sure it's healthy and in good condition. But where Tesla fails, Recurrent wins in a major way. They provide a totally free monthly battery report that is delivered to your inbox automatically every single month that keeps you totally informed about your EV's battery and lays out all the details you need to know in a really beautiful way. I really love that Recurrent makes these modules easy to understand and really sort of easy to see this info at a glance. I can quickly see my overall battery health with my Recurrent range score, estimates of my future range, my charging habits, my savings, and even how my vehicle compares to other similar vehicles in the Recurrent fleet. This is one of those things that I recommend to anyone who buys a new or used EV. And again, it's 100% free, delivered to your inbox every single month, and it's a great way to sort of keep tabs on your charging habits and what you're doing to make sure your battery health is trending in the right direction and not the wrong direction. But Recurrent doesn't stop there. They're on a mission to empower you with the data you need to make proper and informed decisions throughout the entire life cycle of your EV. Of course, while you own it, but also before you buy it, and also if you're looking to sell it. For example, Recurrent has a super useful tool on their website that lets you pop in a VIN and see if the vehicle is eligible for those very important EV tax incentives here in the US, because let's face it, as the days go by, it becomes more and more confusing to figure out what's eligible and for how much, but Recurrent has got you covered. And when it comes to selling, Recurrent has got you covered here as well, because with a couple of simple clicks, you can get a full breakdown of the value of your vehicle. You can see your Recurrent range score and how that might be able to give you even more value potentially. And also Recurrent can connect you to their special network of dealers who really understand EVs. They understand how important battery health is, and they'll give you offers that you can either accept or deny. No muss, no fuss, just offers that you can sort of look at and decide whether you want to proceed with or not. It's really that simple. So if you want to check out Recurrent for yourself today, learn more about what they're doing, and sign up for that totally free monthly battery report, I'll leave a link right down below in the description so you can check it out and learn more for yourself today. Next up, there are a couple of cool features now in the map of Tesla software. One is that when you're in sort of your mode to navigate here, you're sort of in this like new 3D view. It's not exactly like a horizontal view, obviously, but you're also not straight top down. It's like somewhere in the middle. It's kind of cool, a little bit more immersive. Lets you sort of see things in a more sort of 3D field of view. But the other nice thing here is that let's say you're sort of going along your route, you're doing your thing. I'm going to go back here to the normal normal view, but let's say I want to sort of look over here or look over there or look at some other things. What used to happen is that if someone did that change, your map would sort of be stuck there in oblivion, but now after a few seconds, it's going to automatically recenter itself and reorient itself so you know where to go. Because before you'd be driving and driving and it would never do anything. Now you can easily see what's going on and it can sort of do that work for you. Another cool new feature is going to be a redesigned charging page here. So if I go to the menu here, I go to charging, we've got a new layout, a little bit of a new design here for the charging tab. I can obviously see my charging limit. I can adjust as needed. I can adjust my charging current at the location, open the charging port. Simple little refinements here, but a little bit more streamlined. Another new map feature I should show off are new supercharger points of interest for certain supercharging locations. So now, if I was to tap on this supercharger, for example, I should not only, well, I guess I'm going to it through the mapping system here, but if I tap on it, I want to see some points of interest around this charger. If I tap on some of them, for this one, for example, it's going to show me, not only do I see some pictures of what this location looks like, but I can see some reviews of some nearby amenities. Like I can see nearby coffee shops, I can see what's around. Some locations will show you reviews. It sort of depends. For some reason, some of these supercharger locations do show some stuff, others don't. I think it just depends on how well populated the area is and how big the charger is, but I do see some nearby amenities there, but I'm not seeing the reviews. So I guess it must depend on the location. But I can see sort of pictures, can't expand it. We should see this rolling out. This is a new part of this update, but as of right now, I can see pictures, I can see nearby amenities, but I can't see any reviews. So hopefully that might change in the next couple of weeks. All right, another feature that my parents who are Tesla owners are very excited about, and others of you will be excited about as well, is the ability now to do a bigger font size in your menu here. So all of the text on the screen can get larger. Just to give you a reference, here is what the menu looks like now in the normal font size mode. I can go to display here. This is what's going to look like. And if I scroll down, I'm assuming here, yep, it's under the display tab, I can go from text size from standard to large. So this is what standard looks like. I'm going to go ahead and tap large. And what it's going to say is, hey, I need to restart the system in order to make that change. I'm going to tap OK. And then after about a few seconds or so, it'll reboot pretty quickly here and then show me now all of the text in a larger font size. All right, so now the system has rebooted, and here is what the larger font size looks like. A little bit of a more bold, larger font size here. I can jump into the controls, as you can see, a little bit bigger as well. Let's go back to display and go back to where we were, so you can see it's not a huge change. Here's a side-by-side view so you can judge for yourself. I believe many would have liked this to be a little bit larger, or like on a phone, you sort of had a sliding scale to go from smaller to larger. Tesla only basically gives you two options, standard or large. And again, if I wanted to change back, again, let me show you a little bit more. Here's what it looks like. Let me go here, tap on a supercharger. That's what the font's going to look like. It's a little bit more legible, but I wouldn't say it's a large or extra large by any means. Maybe a little bit easier to tap. But again, if I wanted to change that, go back to display, scroll down here, go to the standard size, and again, it's going to ask me to reboot, and that'll get me back to standard. So if you want to go between the different two and try the two options for yourself, you can, but that's how you change it. It's in your controls under display, and now you can change the font size to a little bit larger. Another undocumented change here is that now when you enter into reverse, you are locked to the camera view. So I'll demonstrate that for a moment. Apologies if the camera is going to move for a second as my seat moves. I'm going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake. I'm going to go in reverse, and now I am locked to this camera view. You used to be able to actually swipe this down and get out of this and do other features, or access rather, other features on the screen. I feel like for safety reasons, this is better, and I feel like most people, they were accidentally hitting it anyways. So now I can see this large view, or I can swipe up and get these side repeater camera vantage points as well. But I'm locked to this. I cannot exit it. You cannot exit out of it anymore. You are locked to that. Obviously, if you go into drive, you can exit out of it. But when you're in reverse, you are now locked in the camera app and you cannot exit it. All right, next up, Tesla not only added some new features inside of the car software, but we also got some cool updates in Tesla's mobile app as well. So let me show you what is new here in Tesla's mobile app for your phone on iOS or Android. One little new feature here for those in North America is the ability to vent your windows again. This used to be a feature, then Tesla removed it because of some issues with some regulatory stuff and safety stuff, but they brought it back, luckily. So if you do want to vent your windows, you can go under controls and then tap the vent icon there. That'll vent your windows if you want to get some air circulating in there. That option is now there. And also, two things you can do now, or I guess there's a couple built in here. One is you can actually change the name of your car within the Tesla app. Weird that it took this long for that to happen, but now it's there. So if you tap on the name here up in the upper left, I can change it. I'm more of a Royco guy right now as I'm finishing Succession, but if you wanted to go in there and change it, you could change it to whatever you wanted, and then it'll obviously update sort of everywhere the Tesla shows your car's name. Super easy to do that. And then the other part here is the trip planner, which is really cool. You gotta tap the location icon to do that. I'm not gonna do that here because I gotta blur my location and stuff. So let me tap on the location button and then show you some of the new features in that menu. Okay, so now that we've adequately zoomed out, here are a couple of cool things you can see. One, this is not super new in this update, but Tesla has now added the ability to see superchargers in the app, which is nice. I can sort of swipe up from the bottom and get a list of all of the different superchargers. I can tap on them as well and then get more info. If I want to check out the current pricing, I can see how many stalls are available and stuff like that. Obviously, you can see points of interest within the car. Can't do that in here, which is sort of disappointing. But one of the cool things you can do now is I can navigate to a specific location and I can get Tesla's route planner on my phone. And that was always one of the big things, is maybe you're talking to family members or friends and talking about a road trip and you wanted to visualize what that would look like in your Tesla. There was no way to really do that unless you used a better route planner, but now you can do it right within the app. So if I want to navigate, to example, to Apple Park, I want to make the drive up to Cupertino and check out Mr. Tim Cook and what's going on, I can do that, and I can go to the visitor center there. I can tap on that, and then what Tesla's going to do is give me a route of all of the stops I'm going to make along the way. So I can see where my car is now at its current location. I'm going to hit the Buttonwillow supercharger. I'm going to hit that supercharger, then I'm going to make it there. So not too bad. And then also what I'm able to do here is I'm able to adjust the battery percentage I'm starting with. So maybe I'm going to do this tomorrow morning where I'm going to have 100%. I can come in here and hit set battery percentage and then say, hey, I'm going to start at 100%. So let's sort of keep that in mind as we move forward, and that could adjust things as needed, and is just a nice way to sort of see what your trek could look like if you're going across the city, across the state, across the country. That is cool to see. Couple of caveats though is that this is not as detailed as the built-in route planner in your car, so your mileage may vary. You might want to check that first. And also, as many will point out in the comments, there is a free website called A Better Route Planner. I believe they have an app as well that is supposed to be way more detailed. It allows you to customize more parts and really get the control you're looking for. So if you do want to do a road trip, I would check out A Better Route Planner. It's free, but if you're looking just for a simple way to sort of see what's going on and do a little bit of rough math and rough calculations in your road trip, you can now do that right within the Tesla mobile app on your phone from the comfort of your couch or your desk chair, in my opinion, or I guess in my situation here. Not my opinion, but you get what I'm saying. And although it's not particularly new in this update, as we've seen Tesla work more to increase the responsiveness and speed of the web browser in your car, that should also sort of give you a better experience for CarPlay on your Tesla as well. This is a T2C box. I have done extensive coverage on it in previous videos like this one that I will leave linked down below, but essentially this allows you to do wireless CarPlay or Android Auto on your Tesla. All it needs is a power cable and it connects to your phone wirelessly, and then you can pull it up in the browser and get the full CarPlay experience, full apps, full everything there, which is sort of cool. I've got a lot of questions on this. One is that it does not require a SIM card. You can use your phone's hotspot for the data. It is a plug-and-play solution. You literally plug it into power and that's all it needs. You don't have to plug any cables into your phone. And also there is a discount for this. I will leave link down below. So if you want to pick one up, you can use my coupon code and I think save like 18-ish% or something. I'll leave a link down below. But I've gotten a lot of comments about this and how it works. So what I'm going to do is in the next month, planning to do that in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to do a full video showing you how to set this up from start to finish. So if you're looking to pick up one of these, but you want to sort of walk through the process of how to set it up, go ahead and hit it, the link to it. Go ahead and buy it through the link down below, get it in your possession, and over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to walk you through step by step on exactly how to set it up in your Tesla. Literally, this one is still sealed in the box. I will start from the sealed in-box experience, sort of walk you through how to set it up, because I have 2 of these, and I'll sort of show you how it works. I've got a lot of questions on these, so I will dedicate a full video to it. So if you didn't know, you can do CarPlay or Android Auto on your Tesla right now. I'll leave a video down below that I did on this before, but coming soon is a full walkthrough on exactly how to set this up step by step. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video, and maybe I'll give a couple of these away in a future video as well. So pick up one of these if you haven't, or stay tuned, possible giveaway of these in a not so distant video. All right, everybody, so I'm curious, what are your thoughts on this update? What's your favorite feature? Did you find any hidden features? Are you a fan of those new customizations with the scroll wheels? Are you a fan of some of the other stuff? Let me know your favorite new feature down below. As always, I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. As always, really means the world to me. I see all your comments, and the support is honestly pretty overwhelming. I don't really, think that people watch all the way through, and I feel like I'm talking into a void sometimes, but I see your comments, and it certainly has really genuinely made my day. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I am Robert Rosenfeld, and I'll see you all in the next one.